get on him early, and exactly what the Dodgers did. I mean, obviously, Shohei Ohtani starting off, getting the base hit right here, which is what you want from your leadoff hit. And the way he got on, hustling down the line to beat out this throw, it was really close, but it was definitely safe. And then Andy Paez getting a breaking ball that he ended up hitting into his teammate's hat, which is also really impressive in and of itself. Freddie Freeman going in like, it was then relentless. Like I said, a guy who's struggling, he's just trying to he's trying to get up, come up for air, and they did not let him. That's exactly what you're supposed to do from the offense, and they were just putting run after run.
Great hustle there by Shohei Ohtani to get on base for Paez. And here, this is just an errant throw. But before that, the Dodgers continue putting pressure on the opposition. And how about this pressure? Ball, center cut. Shohei Ohtani does not miss it, but that's what the Dodgers, when they're at their best, they're passing the baton, having great at-bats, and hitting their pitch, not chasing out of the zone. We saw that in that first inning.
Put up 9 runs, and they made it stand up, beating the Angels by the final of 9-2. Let's head upstairs, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Well, the Dodgers won a thriller on Friday, 1-0 in the ultimate pitcher's duel. This game could not have been more different. They scored 9 runs in the first inning. Don't score again after that, but they win it 9-2.
Yeah, they get 7 hits there in that first inning. The home runs are coming out there. Ohtani, Paez, it just kept on going. Then bad defense by the Angels. It pretty much was a laugher early on, but you still got to go out there and finish the game, and Yamamoto made sure that happened.
Yeah, 22 in a row retired to finish off his outing.
Yeah, it was just fantastic. You know what? They're going to be tired of seeing this, the Angels, and they won't see it tomorrow. They see it Emmett Sheehan.
And the Dodgers will try to go for the sweep in this series and in the season series. Now 5-0 against the Angels this year.
Jerry, Club Ravine on a Saturday night.
It's always a scene here at Club Ravine. I think they're fired up. They're a very joyous group. Dodgers victorious tonight. What a place to be.
The energy was here, but the Dodgers brought the energy, obviously. Yeah. They put up some runs early on, and then Yamamoto, just listening to him, his interview, you know, I'll tell you, it's one thing to have a lead. It's another thing to stay focused after having that lead. It's really easy to get caught up there, but Yamamoto, whew, I love the way he stayed focused.
Yeah, it was really a master class in pitching after that first inning, and it was a tough ball that Andy Paez wasn't able to come up with. If he makes an incredible catch there, we're talking about Yamamoto throwing a one-hitter tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? We expect Andy Paez to catch everything. That was such a tough chance, but after that first inning, he really settled in. Great fastball command, outstanding job chasing weak contact, and we talked about it going in. Making sure he pitches deep in the ball game. 8 strong innings. Could have gone for the 9th, but yet such a big lead. Why risk it? Love that he provided depth for the bullpen tomorrow. Quick turnaround, day game.
Let's revisit that play in center field, Nomar. It was a tough play. Andy Paez was kind of twirling around. These people, they want our attention, though. And this is the kind of environment we have tonight.
I think they want me to dance and sing, John. They want me to sing and dance.
No, they don't want you to sing. They want him to play the records.
Yes.
And they want to dance.
Yes.
Definitely don't want to hear you sing. But Nomar, let's go back to that first inning. The play that Andy Paez had to go back on, wasn't able to make an incredible catch. We've seen him make so many outstanding plays this year, but this would be the only run Yamamoto gave up.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, Andy Paez is mad at himself because he's like, oh, I should have made that play because he's that great. He has set a bar so high that he probably expects it himself, and we've seen it as well. We're like, well, he didn't come up with it, but it wasn't an easy play. There's no question about that. He goes back on this ball. It gets turned around. Hardest ones to turn around or actually to get are the ones right at you. You're like, you turn right, you turn left, but also that it hits his glove. All players will always say, man, if it hit my glove, I should have made it. I had a chance, you know, but it was a tough play. Obviously, it was definitely a triple, but nonetheless, after that, Yamamoto settled in.
He did everything right. That ball was directly hit behind him. He got turned around, but anytime you get turned around, you're taught to quickly turn your head and your hips. He did just that. It's just a ball beat him to a spot. Great effort there by Andy Paez. Another look at it. This ball had backspin on. If you're going to see the swing, backspin right there. This ball takes off. He turns his right shoulder, then he quickly turns to his left shoulder. That's what you're taught as an outfielder. He just wasn't able to make the play. That is such a difficult chance, especially early in the ball game with some twilight as well. Andy Paez is playing gold glove caliber defense. This is without a doubt a triple. We're highlighting this because he's been so great for the Dodgers. That is such a difficult play. He made it look kind of easy just getting to that ball.
Well, he atoned for it about 5 minutes later by hitting the home run.
Exactly. That's exactly what he did. Like I said, he's probably upset at himself. We're like, listen, that's a hit. He's upset at himself because he expects more of himself, and he's been doing it. And so then when you do, you go deep. Way to help your pitcher out. That was awesome.
Dodgers get the win 9-2 over the Angels. Let's take a look at what's coming up on the calendar. The series with the Angels wraps up tomorrow at 1 o'clock with the Dodgers going for the sweep. It's an off day Monday before what should be an entertaining road trip. Paul Skeens on the mound Tuesday for the first of 3 in Pittsburgh, and then it's off to Chicago to face the White Sox. All of these games right here on Sportsnet LA. For 1 inning, the night was about the offense. For 8 innings, it was about Yoshinobu Yamamoto. We've got plenty of reaction coming up after the Dodgers roll the Angels again, 9-2. There's an Aaron Donald fan right there. And because Myles Garrett was traded to the Rams, there's been some chatter, Jerry, that we might see AD after taking a couple of years in retirement. Maybe he'll be enticed to come back and play some football for the Rams, make another run at a Lombardi.
Well, you know, Aaron Donald always makes sure he's in the best shape, so you never know. You never know. Can you imagine Garrett, Donald on the same defensive line? That would be something.
It would definitely be special. There's no question about that. I mean, what do you do? I mean, if you're an officer, you're like, if you're a quarterback, you're going, oh my goodness, those two guys coming at you, those large human beings.
Well, this is the city of stars, so Myles Garrett's going to fit in perfectly, and maybe the biggest star of all of them, Shohei Ohtani, is our Carl's Jr. moment of the game, because, Jerry, he was your called shot. I get it, you call him every night, but tonight he had 2 hits in the first inning. He had an infield single and then hit one over the wall.
I'll tell you what, you got to be a great player. Let me check that. An incredible player to get 2 hits in the first inning, and that's what Shohei did. He legged out a single his first time, and how about this? Little Oppo Taco, a rocket for a home run. Yes, that is the moment of the game.
What a moment it was, and what a game it was for the Dodgers 9-2 winners. Let's go inside the clubhouse and hear from Dalton Rushing.
Well, first, just with Yoshinobu, obviously when you have a game like this, when the score got bigger early, for him just to keep battling, to be so efficient, to be able to get through 8, what does it say just to you about a pitcher and who he is?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty big for us. Leaves our bullpen fresh for tomorrow. Sweep the series. It's kind of who he is. He wasn't getting the swing and miss that he wanted from the get-go. This is not a team that swings and misses a lot. So we kind of knew we were going to have the flexibility to get guys in and out of the box as quick as possible. And yeah, he did that. And like I said, 8 innings is never easy. And it's obviously great to see him do it once again.
You mentioned just because of the big lead, he was able to kind of work through a few things or even experiment with a few things during his outing. What did you find just in which either how he was experimenting or kind of what he was able to do due to the score?
Yeah, I think you get up big like that, and you don't want to get too cute to an extent, but you also want to like understand and see what he's capable of. Kind of throw a couple more tricks up your sleeve, you know, in a way. And for him, it's so easy because he has 8 pitches that he can throw wherever he wants. And so, yeah, obviously it's fun to work with him. And, yeah, we tried a few new tricks, and we'll carry him over into his next one.
Like almost building into the season, like obviously you start off pretty tough. Like he's gotten better and better the last couple outings.
Yeah, I think really good pitchers, really good hitters, they get better as the season goes on. And it's a good thing. And I don't expect him to slow down anytime soon.
Obviously, a big run is a good thing or a big lead is a good thing for a pitcher, but there was a lot of time off. Just what impressed you about the way that he was able to come back and really sail from there?
Yeah, he has a good routine in the dugout in between innings. Just kind of ramp up his arms, stay ready, and during that first inning, he was throwing a lot of plyo balls, so he knew he was going to have to stay warm for as much as possible, or as long as possible. And yeah, I felt like he kind of had normal rest the rest of the game.
Dodger Stadium, the center field plaza at Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium. Jerry, it is lively once again on a Saturday night after another Dodger victory.
It was jumping really at the start of the game, and it carried over to the first inning throughout the game, and it's even livelier here after the game. We always say this is the place to be, Club Ravine.
They had a lot of fun right from the outset of this game, so let's get right to the highlights. Saturday night baseball in Los Angeles. Should be this year. We need to do breakdowns on these guys. Nomar, I'll begin with Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yeah, Yoshi was on point with the lead, knows how to pitch with the lead, still stayed focused, executed. We're going to go to the K zone and see how he was able to manage, after that first inning, retiring 22 in a row was so impressive. And it wasn't always about the swing and miss. It's also pitching to weak contact. You keep the ball down, you're ahead in the count, you're 1-2, you get the ground ball. With that split finger, you utilize the defense behind you. I love how he still keeps the ball down. Here it is, 1-1. Even if they put it in play, induce weak contact. It's either going to be a type of pitch that's going to be swing and miss, or you're going to get hits like this, pop-ups, ground balls, getting the outs. You have a great defense behind you. Let them play too. But every once in a while, you want to get a swing. You want to get a strikeout just to feel good. But it wasn't. He was definitely not being selfish. Still spreading it around, utilizing the defense, getting those ground balls. I just love it. He's in the zone, but on the edges. We showed a K zone before the game where he was on the edges. Another one showing once again on the edges. Brilliant.
And also, he had to love the run support that his teammates got him tonight, Jerry. When your leadoff hitter gets to bat twice in the first inning, you know things are going really well. And Shohei Ohtani delivered with a couple of hits in that first inning, including a homer.
We always want to say you want to be on the board first. Well, the Dodgers were on the board first. They were behind 1-0. But I love the way they responded, led by Shohei Ohtani. Let's go Access 360 and break down Shohei Ohtani's first inning. I love the fact contact is king. He could run. He's going to use his speed. Two-strike approach. Just put the ball in play. He does that, and he is off to the races. The sprint speed, outstanding job. Exit velo, okay, 23 miles an hour, but he's out there flying. Home to first, just under 4.2 seconds. That is flying. That's Usain Bolt-esque. I like the transfer, but Shohei just beats it out and really starts that rally. Now we're up 7-1 in the first inning, 2-2 pitch. How about now that two-strike approach? Going the other way on a line. Two-run bomb, the big show. He's thumbs up to the bullpen. Another look at it. Head down on contact, 110 miles an hour off the bat. Love the exit velo. Ideal launch angle. It's not there on your screen. The ideal launch angle is coming right now. It's 23 degrees. That is the ideal launch angle against the Angels of Anaheim. Shohei Ohtani's doing his thing in that first inning. Not one, but two. As I said earlier, Omar, you got to be a great player. I mean, a great player to get two hits in that first inning.
Well, when you get two hits in that first inning, it's obviously your teammates allow you to get up there twice. So that also says a lot about everyone else in that lineup, getting the job done, putting some runs up, and giving the support that Yamamoto, he only needed maybe a couple of runs, but at the same time, love to give him that where he can relax and go out there and just execute.
It was allowing the Dodgers to cruise to another victory tonight over the Halos, getting those 9 runs in the first inning, the most the Dodgers have scored in an opening frame since July 2nd, 2021. We will hear from a happy skipper, Dave Roberts, next. Well, here's what you missed if you turned the game on too late, or if you got to the stadium too late. Dodgers put up 9 runs in the first inning on 7 base hits. 2 of those were home runs. And Shohei Ohtani, 2 at-bats in the first inning, had an infield single and a home run. Let's hear from the skipper, Dave Roberts, with the media.
Dave, with Yoshinobu, he obviously has been excellent as of late, but what really stood out to you about him and his performance today?
I think the thing that stood out most was his, keeping his focus in a plus game, team that was really aggressive, swinging. So he continued to make pitches, get soft contact, be efficient. Where sometimes you catch a big lead and pitchers start to get, losing focus and walking guys or not making pitches. And tonight he was, pitching like it was a tie ball game.
When you you saw just the offense kind of take off there in that first inning. Yes, it's quiet after that, but can that first inning do something just to really get the offense going since it has been a little bit of a quieter group maybe the last 2-3 days?
I think so. Shohei started with an infield hit, then the homer by Andy to answer back was big. Put to bed any type of momentum they had in the top of the first, and then after that, just the hits kept coming, just good at bats, and we went dormant after that. But I just thought it was great the way we kind of answered in that first inning, and allowing us to get Freddie off of his feet for more than half the game, I thought was good, and giving Kyle a day off and get him back in there tomorrow. So a lot of positives tonight.
When the other side is making defensive mistakes, does this lineup almost see red?
Yeah, I think so. It's we always say it's you can't give good teams extra outs, and then so for us to give us extra outs, just makes us really tough to beat, and so stress is a starter, and then we got to their pen and got deep into their pen, which was good, and we become a lot more opportunistic.
Skipper, if you say that all the pistons in your machine right here is working it the way you would like right now?
I think so. I think that it's almost like from the pitching standpoint, the starters, the relievers. We have a lot of guys that know what they're supposed to do, are doing their jobs. We catch the baseball really well, and then on the offensive side, we do enough we take a lot of good at bats, and I still think that if you look at up and down the lineup, there's a lot of guys that really aren't doing what they're gonna do. But I still feel that with the sum of the parts, we're still very good offensively.
What is stood out to you about Ryan Ward's at bats in this second time out in the big leagues?
It's great. He just seems very relaxed. He seems confident. His swings show that. He's playing some nice left field too. So I like that kind of youthful enthusiasm, just being happy to be there. That's refreshing, and it's nice that you lose an all-star in Teo, but you get a way to get a guy that's been in our system an opportunity, and that's fun. That's fun for everyone.
Dave, how did you like Andy's response after that drop ball in center field?
Well, it was a tough play. I think it was a 1-2 fastball that Yama made a mistake, and Peraza put a good swing on it. Got a glove on it, didn't come up with it, but for him to come back in that bottom half and homer was great to see.
With Freddie, were you just getting him off his feet?
Yeah, just getting him off his feet. I mean, he's played 9 in a row, going to play tomorrow, day game after night game, so there's a chance to, get me a couple of bats too. All right, thanks, guys.